Well, this is the Google Pixel 7a. It's finally made its way to India and I am genuinely excited about this phone, not just because of this particular phone, but by the fact that Google is now finally taking the Indian market very seriously. It's becoming a little more consistent with its phone launches. Last year we had the Pixel 6a, then we had the Pixel 7, and now the Pixel 7a is here. I don't know the pricing of this phone yet. I'll add it in the description. But let's first unbox and see what Google is offering this time. So inside the box, the first thing that you're going to see is the phone itself. I have the charcoal color with me. I really wanted the sea color, which is the new blue variant, but Google has sent me this one right here. I live with it. Apart from that, you get a charging cable. There's a Type C to Type C USB charging cable, and there's also a Type C to USB-A connector, which we don't get to see these days with a lot of phones. Of course, there's no charger inside the box, so you will have to buy that separately. Now let's have a closer look at the phone here. And by the way, it already has a lot of fingerprint smudges because of that polycarbonate pack. In terms of look, this is very similar to the Pixel 6a as well as the Pixel 7 series, both 7 and 7 Pro. All of those phones had this metal bar running through the middle where they had the camera sensors placed inside, and the Pixel 7a borrows the same design philosophy. As I said, it's available in 3 different colors though. One is white, there's a sea color which is the new blue color, and the black one right here. All of them look fine. I would have preferred the blue one, but this is also okay. One thing that I want to point out though is that this is a slightly thicker phone. These days I don't get to review so many thick phones like this, especially at this price point. So Google might have done better on that front. Also, the weight distribution isn't that great. This still weighs around 193 grams, which is, by the way, not that much on paper, but the phone definitely feels a little heavy in hand. The next thing that I want to point out to are these very ugly looking bezels on the front. Now, I was expecting Google to reduce the size. I recently reviewed the Poco F5, by the way, and it had almost uniform bezels, especially the chin was really thin. So in front of that particular phone, this doesn't look very good. Also, Google has sort of improved the brightness of the display since the Pixel 6a, but I think there's still some scope for improvement. This one, by the way, comes with a 6.1-inch FHD plus OLED panel, so the size is good enough. I mean, you can use it with a single hand. This is not a very big or huge phone. Also, now you're getting 90 Hz refresh rate on this phone, so it feels really good to interact with as compared to the 60 Hz panel on the Pixel 6a. By the way, in fact, the Pixel 7, which is supposed to be a more premium phone than this one, also had a 60 Hz panel, so this is a genuine upgrade right here. But the real upgrade are these. Now, Pixel 6a, 4a, all these phones had the same camera sensor, but Google has finally upgraded it. This one comes with a 64 megapixel main sensor, and there's a 13 megapixel ultra wide sensor on the phone as well. And let me tell you, it takes some really good images. Google claims that the new sensor is 72% bigger than the previous one, so it lets more light in. It's also supposed to be faster, and you can see that in the pictures that I have clicked as on your screen. They are very sharp, well detailed, especially even under harsh sunlight. The pictures have come out really well. The phone handles the skin tone very efficiently, and I think anybody who's going to buy this phone for photography is going to have a lot of fun with it. The only thing that I would like to point out here though is that the image processing is slightly on the slower side. Even though the phone uses the same chipset, the same G2 chipset as the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, it takes a fraction of a second extra to process these images, and that's not really pleasant. I think that should have been improved. But apart from that, the camera performance is just top-notch. Some of Google's famous photo editing tools have also made their way to the Pixel 7a. First of them is the option to unblur any photo. The other one is, of course, the magic eraser, which has become very popular by now. It lets you erase any object or subject from your pictures. And the long exposure mode is also here on the Pixel 7a. And also, this is one of the very first A series phones to allow you to record 4K videos from the rear camera. And another good addition here on the design front is the IP67 rating, which makes this the most durable A series phone till date. Inside the phone, of course, you get the G2 chipset, same as the Pixel 7, 7 Pro. So the performance is supposed to go up. There is only one variant which has come to India. It's in 8GB RAM and 128GB storage. And now there's also support for wireless charging. it's even though it's just 5 watt, but you're still getting wireless or charging support. What I'm gonna do now is take this phone out for a spin, use it for a few days, deep dive into its performance, its camera, and come back to you with a full-fledged review with more information about this phone, about its performance. And if in case you have any questions till then, put them in the comments box. We'll take them up as well.